The suffocating tension currently strangling Port Charles is about to reach an explosive climax. If you ask me, the writers have been brilliantly setting the stage for Willow Kane's ultimate downfall for months. For the longest time, Willow has been holding all the cards, manipulating the narrative, and keeping Drew Kane incapacitated and silent. But those days are officially over. Drew is recovering his mobility, his voice, and his agency. He is no longer the helpless victim trapped in a wheelchair, staring blankly while Willow plays the saintly congresswoman. The leaked script reveals that Willow finally comes to a terrifying realization. Drew is actively gathering evidence to expose her deepest, darkest secrets. He is determined to make her pay for everything she has done, and he is not going to stop until she is sitting in a cold cell at Pentonville. The sheer panic setting in for Willow is palpable, and it is about to drive her to do the unthinkable. Let us take a deep dive into the crumbling psyche of our resident saintly congresswoman. Willow knows that if she stays in Port Charles, her carefully constructed house of cards is going to collapse spectacularly. She is literally counting down the days until the authorities show up at the Quartermain mansion with a pair of handcuffs. Furthermore, she knows she has completely alienated her husband. Michael Corinthos has endured shock after shock, and this insider leak suggests that Michael will absolutely not protect her once Drew's evidence comes to light. The betrayal is too deep, the lies are too toxic, and Michael's loyalty has finally reached its absolute breaking. Facing the horrifying prospect of losing her freedom, her status, and her family, Willow's desperation morphs into a dangerous paranoia. She realizes that her only remaining option is the most extreme one possible. She has to flee the town, and she has to do it immediately. According to my insider leak, this absolute terror pushes Willow into the darkest corner of her mind. Her initial frantic plan is to pack her bags, grab both Wiley and baby Amelia, and vanish into the night, leaving Port Charles and the impending criminal charges far behind her. As a mother, her first instinct is to keep her children close, believing she is protecting them from the fallout of her own disastrous choices. In her twisted logic, taking the kids on the run is a better alternative than letting them watch their mother be dragged away in handcuffs. She envisions a new life, far away from the reach of Drew Kane, Michael Corinthos, and the Port Charles Police Department. But, as we all know, grand escape plans in the soap world never, ever go smoothly, and Willow is about to encounter a massive logistical nightmare that shatters her initial fantasy. Here is where the leaked script gets incredibly detailed and fascinating. Willow quickly realizes that taking both children is a complete impossibility. Wiley is simply too old to be snatched quietly in the middle of the night. He is highly observant, deeply attached to his father, and old enough to understand that something is terribly wrong. If she tries to wake him up and drag him out to a waiting car, Wiley will undoubtedly ask questions. He might resist, he might scream, or worse, he might find a way to contact Michael or attract the attention of the sprawling Quartermain household staff. The sheer risk of Wiley blowing her cover makes a silent, two-child getaway entirely unfeasible. Willow is forced to confront the agonizing reality that if she tries to take her son, she will undoubtedly be caught before she even makes it out of the driveway. So, what does a desperate, cornered woman do when her grand escape plan hits a massive brick wall? She turns to the one man who has stubbornly defended her through thick and thin, Harrison Chase. Yes, ladies, the upcoming episodes will feature Willow showing up at Chase's door, begging for a lifeline. Chase has been the only person willing to give her the benefit of the doubt during the whole hit-and-run framing fiasco orchestrated by Brooke Lynn. Willow's twisted mind convinces her that Chase's lingering affection and protective nature will compel him to help her. She plans to beg Chase to help her safely escort both children out of Port Charles, hoping he will use his police resources to cover her tracks and protect her from Drew's impending wrath. It is a bold, audacious, and frankly delusional move, but when you are staring down a lengthy prison sentence, desperation takes the wheel. If you ask me, this upcoming scene between Willow and Chase is going to win some daytime acting awards. Chase might have a soft spot for Willow, but he is a dedicated detective with a strong moral compass. The leaked script details a heart-stopping confrontation where Chase is absolutely horrified by Willow's request. He outright refuses to become an accomplice to parental kidnapping. He looks the woman he once loved in the eye and delivers a stern, chilling warning. Chase tells her that running away will only guarantee her destruction, and that snatching Michael's children will turn the entire world against her. He firmly rejects her pleas, leaving Willow completely shattered. The one man she thought she could manipulate into saving her has just slammed the door in her face, leaving her entirely isolated and out of options. Cut off from her last potential ally, Willow is forced to make a horrifying pivot. The casting shakeup rumors make total sense when you realize what she decides to do next. Knowing she cannot take Wiley, and knowing she has absolutely no help from the outside, Willow makes the agonizing, selfish decision to leave her son behind. Instead, baby Amelia becomes her sole target. Amelia is just an infant. She is too young to resist, too small to make a scene, and completely incapable of alerting anyone to the kidnapping. Taking only the baby drastically increases Willow's chances of slipping away unnoticed. It is a chilling, heartbreaking decision that highlights exactly how far Willow has fallen. She is willing to tear a sister away from her brother and a daughter away from her father, all to save her own skin. The upcoming episodes are going to feature a sequence that will have you on the edge of your seat. Picture this. It is the dead of night at the sprawling Quartermain mansion. The entire household is fast asleep, completely unaware of the nightmare unfolding in the nursery. Willow, fueled by pure adrenaline and blinding fear, quietly packs a small bag of essentials. She creeps into the nursery, looking down at her sleeping children. The emotional weight of leaving Wiley behind is heavy, but the fear of Drew Kane is heavier. She gently lifts baby Amelia from her crib, wrapping her tightly in a blanket to muffle any potential cries. With her heart pounding out of her chest, Willow slips down the grand staircase, out the back door, and vanishes into the cold, dark night, taking Michael's precious daughter with her. The morning after is going to be pure, unadulterated chaos. The leaked script describes a scene of absolute devastation when Michael Corinthos wakes up to find Amelia's crib empty. At first, there is confusion. Did Willow take her for an early morning walk? Is she in the kitchen with Monica or Tracy? But as the minutes tick by, and Willow's phone goes straight to voicemail, the horrifying truth settles over the Quartermain estate. Michael's frantic screams will echo through the halls. The realization that his wife has abducted their infant daughter will shatter him completely. Drew Kane will arrive on the scene, and the heavy burden of guilt will wash over him as he realizes that his relentless pursuit of justice and revenge is exactly what pushed Willow over the edge into madness. This is where the massive storyline truly kicks into high gear, ladies. A massive, multi-agency manhunt is immediately launched. We are not just talking about a simple custody dispute anymore, this is a federal crime. Michael, fueled by a father's terrifying rage, mobilizes every resource at his disposal. Drew Kane steps up, utilizing his unique skill set to track Willow's movements. And of course, you cannot have a Port Charles manhunt without Jason Morgan. Jason will hit the streets, tapping into his extensive underground network to find any trace of the runaway mother and the abducted infant. The Port Charles Police Department will set up roadblocks, issue Amber Alerts, and turn the city upside down. The tension's going to be incredibly thick, and every single second that passes means Willow is getting further and further away with baby Amelia. The absolute nail in Willow's coffin, however, is going to come from the very man she begged for help. Detective Harrison Chase will step forward, and his testimony is going to change everything. When Chase realizes that Amelia is missing, he immediately goes to his superiors and to Michael with the damning truth. He reveals that Willow came to him the night before, explicitly asking for his help to flee the jurisdiction with the children. Chase's testimony upgrades the situation from a mere missing persons case to a premeditated, calculated kidnapping. It provides the police with the concrete proof they need to issue a massive warrant for Willow's immediate arrest. Chase's heartbreaking honesty will seal Willow's fate, ensuring that when she is finally caught, she will face the maximum penalty under the law. What I love most about this leaked script is how it completely changes Drew Kane's trajectory. For months, Drew has been consumed by a dark, simmering need for vengeance against the woman who kept him paralyzed and silent. But the moment Amelia goes missing, all of that revenge fades into the background. The safety of that innocent baby girl becomes his absolute top priority. Drew and Michael, despite their complicated history, will have to put aside all their differences and work together in a desperate race against time. The emotional stakes are higher than they have ever been, as Drew realizes that exposing Willow's crimes inadvertently put a child in grave danger. It is a beautiful, tragic shift in his character arc that will have all of us rooting for his success. The clock is ticking, ladies, and the upcoming sweeps week is going to deliver some of the most intense, heart-stopping television we have seen in years. Will Willow Kane actually manage to cross state lines and disappear forever with baby Amelia? Or will the combined forces of Jason Morgan, Drew Kane, Michael Corinthos, and Detective Chase track her down before it is too late? I want to hear from all of you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Chase did the right thing by turning her away? Do you think Willow deserves to go to Pentonville for this? Let's get the conversation started. And remember to keep your eyes peeled, because Port Charles is about to explode.